All right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Make yourself at home. I am so glad that you're here today. I'm here today with my good friend, and I'm going to bring her on in just a moment. But before that, you know what to do. Make sure that you like this video, give me those hearts, those thumbs ups, all that good stuff. Make sure that you're sharing the video as well. I always appreciate that. And if you're watching on YouTube, once again, you know what I need. I need those thumbs ups. I need you to hit that subscribe button, and most of all, I need you to hit that bell. Well, this is, of course, this is our normal Tuesday show. It's been a few, a few times weeks since we've been able to do it, but hey, we're back, and we're back on schedule. Our normal Tuesday show, and what we're going to be doing tonight. This is, of course, the ADOS report card, and of course we're going to always be talking about those CBC members, but we got a couple of things I want to throw to you tonight. But before I do all of that, I want to just welcome to this platform my good friend, my new co-host that's going to be on with me every week going forward, Miss Tamara Johnson Sheely. Miss Tamara, come on in, introduce yourself to the people, tell them a little bit about you.
Hi, Sean. Thank you for having me on your broadcast. I totally appreciate it.
You are so welcome. But don't be modest. Tell the people about yourself. I don't just let anybody on here to my people. These my people. So if that's all you're gonna give them, they're gonna be like, well, what he do that for? So you gotta do a little more than that.
Okay, so I am Tamara Johnson Steely. I was a Senate candidate out of Georgia. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, fine. I was a state Senate candidate out of Georgia. Ran in 2014, 2016, and 2018. Been around politics for quite a while now, and just we got to have some hard conversations. There's this ADOS movement is real. We are real people. We're not bots. There must be a black agenda. And I can tell you from living in the state of Georgia, the black agenda is non-existent. It's a lot of scared Negroes. It's a lot of scared white people. People scared to have these hard conversations, to talk about racism and race relations. And we got to do it. And I appreciate you, Sean, for all you do to bring our issues to the forefront.
Oh, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Well, let's jump right in. I'm not going to hold you too long. You know the name of at least the title I put on this one is the 7 Worst CBC Members. And I know this contest is kind of hard because there's so many of the Congressional Black Cowards that we could have chosen. But what I want to do tonight is really pick those that haven't signed on to HR 40, the Study for Reparations. And since they haven't signed on, obviously their lives must be really busy with doing doing things for ADOS people. So we're going to, we do that scorecard. So let's go on to the next one. So first person up, Mr. Emmanuel Cleaver. I took him. He had now this was for the period of time from the 6th through the 13th of the past week of July. He had 14 tweets and of course, what is an ADOS tweet? An ADOS tweet is about reparations, ending mass incarceration, or closing the racial wealth gap. Really about black things. But I know you and I, Tamara, the scores were so kind of little that we even graded them on some. We kind of graded on a curve. We even let some things slide in, but just to kind of help them out. Mr. Cleaver, 14 tweets, 0 ADOS. Well, 14 into 0. That's going to give you 0% every time. And of course, you get a 0% on a scorecard, on any scorecard, report card. That's going to be an F. So, Mr. Cleaver, I'm gonna need you to get on board, sir. Mr. Mark Vesey. All right, he been with us to 2013. I mean, everybody else is on board. We got these 7 hanging out there. 21 tweets, 0 ADOS tweets. That's a 0%. Oh man, not a good look. Not a good look at all, Mr. I'm going to throw it to you because I think you had Mr. Alford. Mr. Horsford? Did you not?
I sure did. And you're right. We tried to give them some leeway, grade them on a curve. Give them some help. Damn, I got to help you with the blacks with having an agenda that for reparations or mass incarceration or closing the racial wealth gap. So he did have 3 tweets. to raise the wage, hashtag raise the wage, a minimum wage incentive. It was very inclusive of everybody. Wasn't very specific to ADOS, but you know what? He's trying. So he did have three tweets in that regard. He also had 5 tweets with Black maternal health care. So he's trying, but he ain't trying hard enough.
You know what? I saw that too, and I saw, and I know you saw that as well. I think that Black maternal health care is going to help a few of them out, get a few more tweets, boy. If it hadn't been for that, you know, these scores would really be a lot worse. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving on. Mr. Colin Alford, he's out of Texas, so he's one of my people. Of course, I'm in Texas, so he's one of my people. He had 16 tweets, 0 ADOS tweets. Well, we just do the math. 16 divided by 0, that's going to be 0. That's going to give us 0. So once again, we have another 0. Mr. Antonio Delgado, he had 32, so he was a little busy. He was almost up there, Mr. Horsford. He was doing some tweeting, but he wasn't tweeting about what we need to tweet about because he didn't have 0 ADOS tweets. So that's going to be a 0. Oh, I know this next person is near and dear to your heart. All coming out the great state of Georgia, Miss Lucy McBath. Can you tell us about Lucy? How was she putting in that work?
Lucy ain't putting in no work. She's tweeting. She's not speaking about anything that's specific to ADOS. Nothing about reparations, nothing about ending mass incarceration, nothing about closing the racial wealth gap. Lucy is literally towing. I'm assuming she's towing the party line because she's very moderate in her tweets. They're about military defense and, you know, I don't know what Lucy's doing. I'm concerned about whatever she's doing in Congress, but she's really it's disappointing to those of us that are here in Georgia and expecting her to represent all her constituents, not some of her constituents, all of her constituents. So she's very disappointing. 0 tweets reparations, 0 tweets mass incarceration, 0 tweets racial wealth gap.
Oh, Lucy, we're going to have to give you a 0, girl. Oh, that report card not going to look good for you, my friend. Oh, and last but not least, Miss Lauren Underwood. Now, I think that once again, that maternal deal kind of helped her out. Talk to us about Lauren.
Lauren Underwood, yeah, the Black maternal health care. She had 10 of them.
She did.
You know, that's the curve. That's the curve we're talking about. But she did have 10 tweets in that regard. So whatever we can give her for that, I guess this is bonus points.
Yeah, so you know what we do, just like when you were in school, we just have to add that thing up, got to get those grades. So when you have 10 tweets divided by 22 tweets all together, that's going to give you a 45. And I don't care what school you go to, if you don't make over 50%, at 45 is going to be an F. So everybody gets an F. And how sad is it that the highest grade is not even 50%? Oh, man. Now, I've been doing this for a minute, Tamara. When you did this exercise, did anything occur to you? Did you kind of, what were your thoughts when you did this?
It was you know, holding these people accountable. It's something that is an easy approach to looking at, like, where are you on the issues that are of interest to me, like things that are important to me. And I think I would ask all of the listeners to take a look at what they're posting on social media. What kind of messaging are they sending? Who are they really representing? If they're not representing you, then we have to do something very drastic to make them represent us.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you that we're gonna keep on rolling. But before I go on to our special award, I'm excited about that. I know you're working on a special project, a special program. Tell us a little bit about, because this kind of segues great right into holding people accountable. So tell my people a little bit about what you're working on.
Okay, so I have been well, when I ran in 2018, like I said, I ran in 2014, 2016, and 2018, the same Senate district 3 times. But when I ran, you know, I nurtured that district, you know, getting people to engage. It was a Republican district. It's been Republican for a long time, but it was trending, and we knew it could flip, and we knew it was a flippable district. You knew it was coming, but you just had to work the district. And I did 3 election cycles consistently. Got to 2018, And the Democratic Party literally, I was too black. I was asking for too much, and I wanted things that the Democratic Party, and they didn't see that as the way we should take Georgia. So I had a primary, and she, it was and if you see the pictures, you can see the difference between she and I is night and day. And, it just became a race. And I called that thing out. I called the racism out that was happening around me. She was more electable because she looked like the district. And I realized, you know what? We're not going to continue to put people in office that don't represent everybody. You got a black constituency, you got a white, an Asian, a Latino. You have a constituency. You need to figure out what every group needs, and you need to represent them equally and accordingly. And I realized, I said, you know what? I want to be a part of making sure that we hold our Democrats accountable just like we hold our Republicans. And that's part of the reason why the Democratic Party was not. I was probably ousted because, I called them out too, because right is right and wrong is wrong. So I started this initiative called Withhold the Vote. That was the backstory. So Withhold the Vote is not about telling people not to vote. I pissed off a lot of people with that. It's not about telling people not to vote. It's about telling people who not to vote for that don't have their interests. They're not representing their interests. So we got to hold Democrats accountable. So Withhold the Vote is not saying don't vote. It's saying be selective with who you give this vote to. Everybody don't get your vote. Everybody don't deserve your vote just because they black. I'm black. That doesn't mean that they deserve our vote. So that's what Withhold the Vote is.
All right, and we'll talk more about that as the weeks go on, because obviously that's what we need. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're all about, is holding people accountable. We're no longer letting these cockroaches hide in the dark. We've turned on the light. These congressional black cockroaches, and they're starting to scurry. And so now it's time to turn up that heat and make sure that we get the service that we deserve. So anyway, let's move on to the last piece of this show. I appreciate you being on. Look forward to the coming weeks ahead and everything that you have to answer. But before I do that, let me just say real quickly, as I'm looking at this thing, I'm looking at something. 5 of the 7 people that we have left are what we would call freshman Congress people. All of these 5 were just now elected in 2018. Horsford, Allred, Delgado, McBath, Underwood. You've been in this game a whole lot longer than I have. What does that say to you? Does that say anything to you when you see 5 people who just got in there and they're not even really kind of towing the line with what we need them to do?
It says they weren't ready. It says they had no business being elected. Who put you there? Really, and it might show who their allegiance is to. Maybe they were bought and sold before they even got in office. Maybe they can't. It says a lot of things, but we need to make them one-term elected officials.
All right.
You can't go in there and represent all of your constituents, all of them, and figure out how to bridge the gap and how to make things work for everybody. Then you don't need to be there. You got the wrong job.
All right, one and done. It can happen. It can absolutely happen, but only if we hold these people accountable. All right, so we're going to end on this note. We got the Sambo of the Week award. This is brand new. We're going to bring you one every week. I just kind of threw this one on, so I had to do this for myself. But we're going to bring you a Sambo of the Week award every week. It's a tough competition. This one sneaked in at the very end. A$AP Rocky, he was right there. I tell you, I had the award with his name on it. Now, for those of you who don't know, A$AP Rocky, because I didn't even know who the young man was myself. I'd never heard of him. But obviously, he's one of these entertainers. I guess he's a rapper. And I guess at some point, somebody must have asked him about being socially involved and being involved with the community. And he said some expletives about I'm not this and I'm not, that's not my problem. I'm busy doing something with these H's, meaning our sisters. I'm busy out here, in Soho. I'm in Beverly Hills. Man, I'm doing my thing. All right, Rocky. Yeah, now you jammed up, and I think it's Sweden. Well, he's jammed up in some white country that he should have been. Got his Negro wake-up call. So now he won't help. He was so out the loop. He reached out to Al Sharpton. Now, this is to let you know how out the loop you are if you looking for help from Al Sharpton. But he was right there. But then I saw this story today about this group of black pastors. Now, I just had to grab them. I just had to grab. It's so funny. They coming against Kaepernick, and the name of the group is CAP. The Coalition of African American Pastors conveyed they were dismayed that the shoe and apparel manufacturing giant would recall the specially designed 4th of July sneakers that were adorned with the Betsy Ross flag because Kaepernick objected. Kaepernick and most blacks opposed the flag because it was made during slavery and it had been adopted by white supremacist groups today. So the CAAP gets our Sambo of the Week award. Yay! Congratulations to you. Your butter biscuits, I'm sure, are in the oven. White supremacy will be proud of you. I know I kind of threw this one on you at the end, but what are your thoughts on this group of black? I tell you, it's always these black pastors, not always, but it's something about these people. What are your thoughts on our Sambo of the Week?
I've been just learning about this ASAP Rocky guy too, and all the derogatory things he said. Like I'm really just learning about him too, and it's you're right. Like now he's over in this country trapped in jail or something and trying to get help. The same people that you couldn't help, now you need help from them. And you're right. He definitely got his wake up call. So brother, I don't know what to say. And these pastors, I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's something. I think since Trump in 45 has come out, I guess it's a field day for the biscuits. I guess they say, man, it's a good time to get in where I fit in. It's like never before. They're coming out the woodwork. I'm telling you, they're coming out the woodwork. So, hey, like I said, the coalition of African American pastors, please pull up to the Popeyes butter biscuit window. We have a 12-piece just for you, all right, fam. Thank you. Regina said those butter biscuits, they love them. Yeah, they do, Jenny. Oh, yeah, they love these butter biscuits. All right, my friend. Well, I know you are on Friday, so tell the people where they can see you and what you're doing.
So every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, I host a broadcast called Tamara for Georgia. It was on the heels of my campaign. That was my campaign slogan for those three election cycles, and we've turned it now into a weekly broadcast where I have two co-hosts, Mr. David Slavin. He's an older white gentleman, and a younger Latina woman named is Robbie Caban, and the three of us host every Friday at 11. We talk all things Georgia, race, racism, race relations, ADOS, national politics. It's an all-around show. So every Friday at 11 a.m. on Facebook, and you can find us on YouTube as well. All right,
and that's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, correct?
Eastern Standard Time.
All right,
an hour behind y'all or ahead of y'all? We're you Central.
Yeah, we're you guys are ahead of us. So it's 10 o'clock here. So 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the daytime. So plenty of time. I'll happen to. She blessed me. I happen to be on there this past Friday. Had a great time. Had a great conversation. I know that video has been circulating around. So hopefully you guys saw that. It was a lot of fun. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Well,
yeah,
fam.
That video was I have to tell you that it was so on fire having you on. I've invited you to come back every second. What was it? Every second Friday.
Yeah, every second Friday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. That was a lot of fun. All right, fam. We out of here. Of course, you know what to do. Those hearts, those thumbs up, those likes, share this video, because we need to expose these people as much as possible. They don't need to be doing this to our community anymore without people knowing. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Those likes, those thumbs up. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And once you do, ding, make sure that you hit the bell. Go over right now, www.SeanEHill.com, and do that for me. Until next Tuesday, my friend, I wish you a wonderful week. We're gonna do it again. We're not letting these people off. We're gonna do get together and we're gonna do this again. All right, my friend. You have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you later, fam. Goodbye.